Good evening and welcome to today's video. I'm just riding to James's shop and I'm with Nuria, and I met Nuria under very strange circumstances. Hey, last time I saw you, I had 2 broken arms.
Yeah, you did.
It's not raining this time. Oh no, they don't know what happened. Anyway, you don't even want to know what happened. Francis had a really bad time last time he was here. Obviously not because of our service, because we only offer very good service. He was just really wet and his camera got messed up in the rain and the water. But anyway, welcome back to the shop, and there's nothing really changed.
I like how other James has gone downstairs.
James has gone downstairs
because he doesn't want to be on camera.
No business today because of the rugby.
No, I brought you a customer.
Yeah, she is a very nice customer. She has saved Francis's life in the past, from what I hear.
Are you growing that moustache on purpose?
This is November. I'm just listening to all the boys in my school. Basically, they told me to not shave my moustache off because apparently when it grows back, it doesn't grow back like well.
How's it going? Hey!
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm alright, thank you.
Careful.
Yeah.
Careful.
What?
Careful. Get out.
Stop encouraging you with your camera.
Whenever I turn on the camera, he does play up, doesn't he?
Who?
It's like having a 12-year-old. Oh, wait.
So, as some of you may remember, I broke both my arms at Red Hook Career because everyone I was with was actually racing the race. I was in a situation where I could either wait around for the race to finish. I wasn't really sure if my arms were broken or not, or I would have had to go to hospital on my own in an ambulance, get charged a shit ton for it, and it would have been a nightmare. Nuria is actually one of my viewers, and we hadn't met before. She came and found me at the race. She was with a friend called Ian, and they were just watching. Turns out the guy Ian knew a doctor in Manhattan, which was like an hour's drive away from the Brooklyn race. So I jumped in a cab with them. I'm like completely high on adrenaline, not really sure what's going on. We drive right into Manhattan. This is the first time I've seen like Times Square and everything. It's blowing my mind. Got 2 broken arms, can't do anything. We ended up going to an urgent care place where Ian's friend, who was a doctor, came in with me. We made sure they didn't do any unnecessary x-rays and that sort of thing. I was seen to straight away instead of having to go to A&E. And then they even managed to sort me a place to stay in Manhattan so I didn't have to travel all the way back to the Airbnb we had with Owen and those guys. Anyway, long story short, she saved me. Power of the internet. You going home?
I'm going home.
You look like a bad man in that coat.
Nah, this is just a warm coat. It's just a winter coat.
Roses.
It's not considered drunk driving if you have a fucking Tesla car. Just left the bar. If not, I'll use my heart to fucking jump a car.
What makes us different here is that we've got cameras on all 4 planes. One of the biggest pitfalls for a lot of bike fitting is they video you up against the wall, right? Which doesn't allow them to, and usually it's the right leg. Most people sit off to the right hand side, so actually they're optimising the good side. It's important to understand or have a 3-dimensional understanding of a rider when they're pedaling.
So she's riding 155 cranks.
155 cranks, dude.
That's obscenely short.
It is short, but there is a certain very special power meter crank band that does a 155mm crank.
Oh, I wonder what brand that is.
How convenient.
Based on the fact that, yes please, Nuri's got a comparatively very low saddle height. 155mm cranks can keep the hips like nice and open. I guess this is it. You've got to step outside of the, thinking outside of the realms of normality, because most commercially available crank lengths are going to be 165mm, and I've actually found that 165 for smaller riders generally to be too long anyway. Likewise, at the opposite end of the spectrum, you get a really, really tall rider. 175 tends to be too short. A guy in with 177.5 today, and they seem to be absolutely fine for him. Interesting cleat location. Area pedals kind of valgus knee, so the knees kind of track in a little bit. Yeah, her stance has been maxed, so the pedal, the shoe is as far away from the bike as it can possibly get.
Well, even I would put them in.
Well, yeah,
to stop
absolutely.
That.
And Nura's a small person. I mean, this is a very broad means of thinking about it, but smaller people generally smaller stance, bigger people generally bigger stance. You think of you got a really big guy who's like 6'5" and carrying a few pounds. He's gonna need a bigger stance than you, right? So one of the first things we're going to do.
Her feet don't even touch the floor when they're down.
This is something that is really problematic for a lot of female cyclists. Most ladies' bikes will come with the minimum of 38cm handlebar, and a lot of women generally need something a lot smaller than that. Now, I've paid particular attention to detail with a lot of women and their confidence on a bike. So confidence is driven by how much pressure you got on your hands, how stable the bike feels, and your ability to reach the brake levers. Struggle to reach the brake levers on your bike usually? If the handlebar's too wide, you end up reaching around the handlebars to get at the brake levers.
Yeah.
And
I usually can't get on the drops.
Exactly.
They had to modify this and put something to make this closer.
Oh, you get it's a little screw in shimano, isn't it?
and yet you still can't reach the brake levers,
Yeah.
which goes to show that there's something wrong. Most women generally are better suited to 38, 36, or even a 34. Specialised, we don't like that specialised, but Specialised actually makes a 34 centimetre handlebar. So if you're particularly petite, as you are.
I was there when you discovered that handlebar.
The Specialised Expert shallow handlebar, ladies handlebar, the 36 centimetre actually measures as a 34. It's like the best thing ever. It's not quite the best thing ever, but for you it could be. So I don't get any issues when I ride a bike unless I ride really, really slowly, because all of my positions are relatively long and low, because I've been riding that like that for 20 years. When I go really slowly, you end up pitching into the front of the bike.
Yeah.
So
It's really hard when you do like a cafe spin, like a really, really easy class cranks ride.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
uncomfortable.
yeah, absolutely, because you end up getting pitched into the front of the bike.
Yeah.
There's a way of offsetting this. If someone is going to ride really slowly, we'll just do that. But how's the bike going to ride? It's going to ride like a sack of doo-doo.
What have you done? One. How did that get under there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sweet corns you've dropped on the floor.
It's good pizza. Man.
Sarah.
8!
This is your fit. This is your fit.
That's not
That's your fit.
That's not true. Holy smokes, man. It looks like that's not my fit.
It's about the right height for me.
I can't help feel like an overwhelming sense of sadness because we've done the biggest the jig will go and now we've done the smallest the jig will go. I mean, what left in life is there to do? I feel like we've just completed it, mate. Bike fit.
Yeah.
Completed
That
it,
is the
mate.
end of Bike Fit Tuesdays.
Yo,